Hello, welcome to the introduction of coding class on the terminal. Sorry about my voice, it's a little bit hoarse today. I'm going to try and soldier on, but sorry if you can't quite hear me as well as you might. What is the terminal? The terminal is that scary little box on your screen, this one. The one that has all kinds of weird things going on in it. It is quite dangerous, okay? You can break your computer here, but none of the commands I'm going to show you are capable of that. Okay, let's stay safe, people. However, it is very useful. So if you think about it, there are two ways to interact with your computer. The first is through a GUI, like I'm doing when I write these presentations. Oh, I forgot the graphics. Oh, sorry about that. Never mind. The other one is the terminal, where I write instructions directly to the computer. That's a lot more powerful, and it can do a lot of cool things. So we're going to have a go at time on the Mac. You can just press the spotlight button of this one here and type terminal, and it will come up. If you're on a Windows computer, it does have a terminal, but it's not the same as the Mac one. So where is it? I had a picture of Windows subsystem for Linux, which you will need if you are going that route. Just see if you can download and install Windows subsystem for Linux on your Windows machine. Because you'll be able to run it, or a VM, a virtual machine. If you're on a Windows or a Mac or a Linux computer, you should be all right. Okay, let's go. First of all, you will need to install Brew. Brew is a package manager. And what that is, it's a place where you get lots of different code from. So it's here, brew.sh. And when you run this script, oh, another scary terminal script, it will install, you can just copy it by clicking that button there. It will install a way of getting different packages. I'm going to talk about some of them in a minute or two. First one comes with your computer. So regardless of if you've got Brew or not, you can still do this top, and it looks really cool. Look at that. What is that? Lots of numbers here. What's going on? All right, you can see that these are actually the programs on the second column here that I've got running. I've got Zoom running. I've got my terminal. I've got OBS, which is at the top because it's recording my screen and what I'm saying. Actually, it's quite high, isn't it? Wow. You'll find all kinds of interesting things in here. But it just looks cool as well. You can see what's going on with your computer. So if you've got a really slow computer, you can say, aha, right, it's this one. What's the PID? And you can look up how to kill it. 613, I want to kill that process, and then you'll free up some memory of your computer. Very useful. And also just looks cool. Say, and this is Mac only. Say allows your Mac to say things.
Hello world.
Isn't that cool? If you wrap it in speech, if you've got something like a question mark, if you wrap it in speech marks, it will understand it. If you don't, it won't.
How are you today?
See, it even said it as a question. Isn't that awesome? You can make your computer speak. It's even better if you know somebody else who's got a Mac and you can SSH into their computer and then open their terminal and start saying things. That's so cool. Scare the life out of them. Right. What's the next one? LS. LS is a very simple one. It's list, short for list. List what's going on in the directories. So on my current directory, I have applications desktop developer. So this is my home directory. If I go open dot, then it will open it. See, it's the same as that, basically. It's all these things. So it shows you, it's basically a way of navigating around in the terminal instead of using the GUI, or the graphical user interface. Isn't that cool? What else we got? Telnet. Telnet's one of my favorites. It's a very old protocol. Towel, Lincoln, lights. Now, be careful, you have to spell everything precisely. If you get it wrong, it won't work. And owl. This takes a little while to spin up. But it's quite a lot of fun. So Telnet, it allows you to communicate with another server using its protocol. Now, you can do quite cool things with Telnet. It doesn't really exist anymore. It's more like a bit of fun museum sort of secret thing on the internet. But as you can see here, it's actually replaying Star Wars for us. Isn't that cool? This doesn't happen with any movie. All right, this is just Star Wars. It's just a hobby project of somebody, but it is quite cool. Now I won't let this run indefinitely because it'll take a while. But there's some quite cool little ASCII animations. What's ASCII? Well, it's like that. You saw the 20th Century Fox symbol. It was all in characters, but allowed the characters to look like a picture. That's quite cool, isn't it? I think I'll stop that. Oh, that doesn't work. I'm pressing Control and C to stop. That's how you usually stop things in the terminal, but it doesn't. It has stopped. Okay, but it's not terminating. So I'm just going to close the window to terminate that process. No, I don't want Twitter. Terminal. Thank you. Right, fun, eh? Have a look at towel.blinkenlights.nl. There's also, you can play games using it as well. Gaming Museum, Pong and things like that. If you're really into the classics, have a go. Curl. Curl is, will query a URL string. All right, so it will get something from a website. But more importantly, it'll get something from an API. What's an API? I'll show you. HTTPS swappy.dev API. Sorry, there is a Star Wars theme today. Planets 1. Yeah. Darn it. What have I done wrong? Swappy.dev API. Planets. Why? Can anybody else see what I've got wrong here? Swappy.dev. Oh, I haven't put curl there, have I? That wouldn't work. Aha. Now this isn't gobbledygook. Have a closer look. Name, Tatooine. Rotation period, 23. Orbital period, 30. It's a lot of information about the planet Tatooine, fictional planet in Star Wars. So I've just communicated with an API here. And if I do things like that, like this. Oh, it's Luke Skywalker. Quite cool, eh? Now, APIs are all over the place. APIs are the way that you communicate with data. All right, so a lot of websites will not have data written in the HTML like you have. They will go and fetch that data from an API and render it. So here's the Star Wars API, swappy.dev, and here's what you can get. So just imagine you being able to pull that into your website. Then you can show all of this cool data and have a special card for Luke Skywalker. You can even have, I think they sometimes have images and things like that, pictures, so that you can render different things about all this data that you've got to your hand. You don't have to keep typing it yourself into this HTML. You can just fetch that and render that. Cool. I'll show you more about that another time, okay? There is a lot more to that story. There's another one, ASCII Aquarium. Now this one I did install with Brew. Okay, so make sure you have Brew before you try running this. ASCII Aquarium, that's what it says on the tin. It's an aquarium in ASCII. How cool is that? So you can see what I've got on my screen. It's a lovely scene of an aquarium with some fish and other slightly more dubious inhabitants, like somebody with a hook and a rod. Oh, there's a couple of dolphins there. It's cool. The kids love this. It's just fun to watch at the end of the day. ASCII Aquarium is that one. All right, what else have we got? SL. Okay, so I showed you LS, which stands for list. Well, somebody thought it would be really funny is if you accidentally type it like that, the wrong way around, like often you do when you're using a keyboard. Then it would be fun to have a steam locomotive running across your screen, which is hilarious. And C matrix. Oh, I didn't install that. Okay. But anyway, that allows you to, that shows all of those different funny green characters scrolling down the screen. Okay, right, so that is basically that. Have a go yourselves, see what you can fiddle about with the terminal and find, because there's loads of stuff you can do with it. You don't need to be afraid of it, is the main point of this lesson. It does a lot of cool things, and it's a very useful tool. All right, have a go at that, and I'll see you in the next one.